For cellos, I've already unpacked my instrument as I showed you in the last video. So I've taken my bow out of its case, I've placed it aside safely, and now I just have my cello out. But I do need to take out my end pin to make sure I'm totally ready to play. So cello players, you are going to turn your cello and put it kind of on your lap is the way it's easiest for me, making sure you're holding it securely. And then at the bottom of the instrument, you can see there's this pointy part right here. This is called the end pin. And I talked about this in the instrument parts video. You're going to turn the screw here counterclockwise or towards the left to loosen it, just a little bit. And then you're going to slide the end pin out, and you're going to have to kind of guess at first what the right height might be. But you're aiming to have the instrument be as tall as about your nose is where you're going to want it to come to. And I'll show you that in a second. So I took a guess, I let my end pin out. I'm going to tighten it in place nice and securely. And then I'm going to stand my instrument up on that end pin, and I'm going to stand up right in front of it. You can probably see that the scroll of my cello is coming just about to my nose, and that's the exact height I want it to be. So your cello scroll should be about meeting your nose. Depending on the person, it might be slightly different what the perfect height is for you, but this is pretty good for me. Once you sit down with your cello, the next step is to make sure you're seated towards the edge of your chair with your feet underneath of your knees. Place your end pin on the floor about 1 arm length away from your body. Lean the instrument slightly to the left and rest the cello against your chest. The C peg should line up just behind your left ear, and your knees should be resting just beneath the C bout here. So your knees should be kind of snug against the cello, helping to hold it in place just below the C bout here. For cello players, getting into playing position is much easier. You can just raise your right index finger over the strings. If you're plucking, you'll put your thumb on the side of the fingerboard, and this is ready to go in playing position. You have your finger ready to pluck. Notice I'm about 1 inch or 2 inches up from the bottom of the fingerboard when I'm plucking. And that's your playing position. Rest position, you could just rest your hand on your knee, or if you were holding your bow, you could hold that on your knee. Notice in rest position, I'm resting my hand on the left shoulder of the instrument. And that's it for cello rest position.